Hello, everyone. I believe that each one of us has had moments where we sit down and reflect on the path we're on. And perhaps some of you have asked yourself, how can I achieve greater things in life? This is a crucial question, and today I'll help you explore the answer. Let's start with a question. Do you believe that preparation can change your destiny? Abraham Lincoln, one of history's greatest leaders, once said, "I will study and prepare, and someday my chance will come." It's a simple statement, yet it holds a profound truth. Success doesn't come from effort alone. It requires thorough and careful preparation. Today, we will dive into the laws of achievement, principles that will not only help you reach short-term goals, but also lead you toward long-lasting and sustainable success. You will realize that preparation, creativity, flexibility, perseverance, and action are the core elements that drive success. I'm not here to present you with mere theories. My goal is to offer practical lessons and share powerful, inspirational stories from historical figures and everyday examples. These laws are not unfamiliar. They are foundational truths that have been proven through centuries. Success is never easy. You cannot sit around waiting for luck or opportunity without preparation. Preparation is crucial, much like a farmer who cannot harvest a bountiful crop without first plowing the soil and sowing the seeds. Successful people do not rely solely on talent. They prepare meticulously to seize opportunities when they arise. And I'll show you how you can prepare and apply these principles to make a difference in your life. In today's speech, I will take you through the laws of achievement that each of us needs to apply. These are lessons in preparation, effective time management, perseverance, and action. I truly believe that if we reflect on and apply these principles together, we can transform our lives comprehensively. And I want to encourage you not just to listen, but to reflect on your current life. Think about the goals you've set, the dreams you wish to fulfill, and ask yourself these specific questions. Have I prepared enough? Have I taken effective action? Have I been persistent? I believe each of us has had moments where we pause and reflect on the path we're taking. And perhaps some of you have asked yourself, how can I achieve even greater things in life? And how can you? That's a powerful question. And today we're going to explore the answer together. Let me begin by asking, do you believe that preparation can change your destiny? Abraham Lincoln, one of history's greatest leaders, once said, "I will study and prepare, and someday my opportunity will come." This is not just a life motto. It's a profound truth about his life. Lincoln was a man who deeply valued learning and preparation, especially during critical moments. His meticulous preparation helped him rise to become one of the greatest presidents in U.S. history, despite his humble beginnings as a poor young man. Preparation, according to Lincoln, is not just about studying theory, but also honing skills, gaining experience, and being ready for anything that may come your way. Opportunity only comes to those who are prepared to seize it, and success comes to those who know how to turn opportunity into effective action. A perfect example of the importance of preparation is the story of Joel Weldon, author of the famous book, Elephants Don't Bite. His story shows that in life, it's not always the big challenges that trip us up, but often the small, seemingly insignificant things. Just like a mosquito bite can cause great discomfort if we're not prepared to handle it, the small details in life can accumulate into major problems if ignored. This story reminds us that preparation isn't just about tackling big challenges. We must also be ready for the small obstacles that can compound into significant issues. This brings us to a key lesson. Preparation must be comprehensive, leaving no detail unattended. In life, the seemingly unimportant details can shift the outcome, and if we're not prepared, failure becomes unavoidable. So, what does effective preparation look like? I believe there are a few fundamental steps that anyone must take to apply the law of preparation effectively. Do your homework. Before starting anything, we need to research and thoroughly understand the task at hand. This could mean studying the market before launching a new product, or gaining the necessary knowledge before diving into a major project. Only when we have the right information and understanding can we make sound and informed decisions. Think before you act. Always take time to reflect before jumping into action. Don't rush into decisions out of pressure or fleeting emotions. Preparation isn't just about doing. It's about thoughtful planning and considering every possible scenario. Do only what's worth doing. Well, one of the most valuable lessons I've learned is that we can't do everything at once, but what we do choose to do, we must do to the best of our ability. This means being selective about where we invest our time and energy. Once we've decided on something, we must prepare to execute it to the highest standard possible. We can't foresee every twist and turn life will throw our way, but what we can do is prepare ourselves to face and overcome those challenges. Those who prepare well have a significant advantage over those who rely on inspiration or luck alone. Sustainable success comes from careful planning and being patient with each step we take. The law of preparation not only helps us seize opportunities when they arise, but also shields us from unnecessary failures. I've witnessed many people struggle simply because they weren't adequately prepared. They become overwhelmed and lost when challenges arise, while those who were well prepared manage to navigate through effortlessly. Success is not a random occurrence. It's the result of diligent and thoughtful preparation. Remember, preparation is never wasted. You might not always use everything you've learned or prepared, but what matters most is that you're ready. And when the opportunity comes, you won't regret missing it because you weren't prepared. In life, there have undoubtedly been times when we feel overwhelmed by the endless tasks and responsibilities that need to be completed. It often seems like there is never enough time to get everything done. But that doesn't mean we can't accomplish the most important things. This is where the law of forced efficiency becomes essential. The phrase, "there's never enough time to do everything, but there's always enough time to do the most important thing," perfectly captures the essence of this law. The key is not how much time we have, but how we choose to use that time. Time, like any other resource, is limited, and wisdom lies in knowing how to prioritize the tasks that matter most to our goals. Imagine a snapshot of modern life. People are busier than ever with work, family, social obligations, and the constant distractions of technology. With so many demands, it's no wonder we feel out of control. But if we look closely, we'll see that not all tasks carry the same weight. Sometimes the tasks that seem urgent aren't necessarily the ones that are most important for our personal growth. One thing is clear: there will never be enough time. This fact isn't meant to discourage us, but to remind us that our time is always limited. We can't control the number of hours in a day, but we can control how we use those hours. Everyone has the same 24 hours, but only those who prioritize wisely can truly make the most of them. This brings us to the core of the law of forced efficiency. Always ask yourself, what is the most important thing right now? When faced with a long list of tasks, pause and ask, what will have the greatest impact on my life? What will bring me closer to my goals? This is the heart of the law. Rather than trying to do everything, focus all your energy on what matters most. We can apply this law in our daily lives in simple yet powerful ways. Identify key tasks. Instead of getting swept away by minor tasks, take time to sit down and list the things that are truly important in your life and career. It could be a major project, a skill to develop, or a meaningful relationship to nurture. Everything else should either be set aside or ranked lower in priority. Prioritize your day. Once you've identified what's most important, dedicate time to it first. Don't let small, less meaningful tasks eat away at your precious time. A great way to manage time is through time blocking, dividing your day into blocks reserved for your most important tasks and committing to completing them during those times. Learn to say no. One of the hardest things about prioritizing is learning to say no to unnecessary tasks. It might make us feel guilty, but the truth is, if we don't decline tasks that don't align with our main goals, we'll never achieve what we truly want. Learn to say no to requests, tasks, or invitations that don't contribute to your primary objectives. A clear example of the law of forced efficiency is in the workplace. We've all encountered situations where everyone seems to be juggling too many tasks at once, answering emails, attending meetings, and managing projects all at once. But those who truly succeed are the ones who know how to focus on the most important thing at any given moment. Instead of getting caught up in the whirlwind of less important tasks, they choose the actions that will have the greatest impact on their organization or career. The law of forced efficiency also applies to our personal lives. A busy mother might realize that while there are countless chores to do, spending time playing and talking with her children is far more valuable than tidying the house. Similarly, a young person pursuing a career might have to sacrifice temporary leisure activities to focus on developing skills or achieving educational goals. Once we understand this principle, our decision-making becomes much easier. No longer will we feel lost in an endless to-do list. Instead, we'll know exactly what needs to be done first, what can be set aside, and what requires our full attention. Remember, we can't do everything, but we can always do the most important things. When we learn to prioritize, our productivity skyrockets and success will come much faster. As I stand before you today, I want to share one of the most noticeable traits that successful people possess: the ability to make decisions quickly and decisively. Decision-making is a powerful action. It marks the beginning of all changes. No great achievement can be accomplished without strong decisions. This is the essence of the law of decision, one of the most crucial principles on the journey to success. Making decisive decisions is not just about choosing a course of action. It reflects self-confidence and the courage to face the consequences of that decision, whether they are positive or negative. This decisiveness is what clearly separates successful people from those who often hesitate. Every strong decision pushes us one step closer to our goals. We can clearly observe the power of decision-making in various situations in life. Each of us faces thousands of choices every day, from trivial decisions like selecting an outfit to life-changing ones such as choosing a career, getting married, or pursuing a dream. However, what sets people apart is the speed and decisiveness in making those choices. Researchers have conducted numerous studies on the differences between those who advance quickly in their careers and those who get left behind. One of the key findings is that successful people are always more decisive. They don't spend excessive time hesitating. Instead, they make decisions and act immediately. This enables them to quickly overcome difficult situations and seize opportunities. History offers us numerous examples of decisiveness and its profound impact on success. One notable story is that of Benjamin Franklin, one of the founding fathers of the United States. Franklin made bold decisions throughout his life, from becoming a publisher and scientist to a statesman. He never hesitated when making crucial decisions, and thanks to his decisiveness, Franklin left an indelible mark on human history. Another story we can learn from is that of modern leaders like Elon Musk, a bold and visionary entrepreneur who bet everything on space technology and sustainable energy by investing in SpaceX and Tesla. Musk faced countless risks, but thanks to his decisive actions and fearlessness in the face of failure, he turned both companies into symbols of innovation and success. But what makes a decision powerful? A strong decision isn't based solely on fleeting emotions. It requires preparation and deep understanding. We need to clearly assess the situation, analyze the factors involved, and then take action. Action is key. Decisions that aren't followed by action are merely theoretical. This leads us to an important lesson from Nike's slogan, "Just do it." A short yet powerful message. Take action, even if you're uncertain about the outcome, because action brings learning and progress. Another essential factor in the law of decision is the ability to take responsibility for our choices. Not every decision leads to immediate success, and sometimes we may encounter failure. However, the key is not to let failure discourage us. Successful people aren't afraid of failure. Instead, they learn from their mistakes and keep moving forward. Winston Churchill once said, "Success is stumbling from failure to failure with no loss of enthusiasm." This is the spirit that decisive people always embrace. They are unafraid of failure and persist in moving forward. In today's fast-changing world, the ability to make quick and accurate decisions has become even more crucial. The world is constantly evolving, and those who hesitate will quickly be left behind. To survive and thrive, we must train ourselves to make decisions swiftly based on available information and our anticipation of the future. My advice to all of you here is this: do not be afraid to make decisions. Be ready to face challenges and take risks, because decisiveness will open new doors. You will never know what awaits you if you don't take that first step. One decision, no matter how small or large, can have the power to change your life. The law of decision not only helps us advance faster in our careers, but also makes us more confident in life. When we take control of our lives, when we are ready to make decisions and take responsibility for our actions, success will no longer be out of reach. As I stand before you today, I want to emphasize a powerful truth. Every great advancement in the history of humanity began with an idea. This idea could be as simple as asking, can this be done differently? Or is there a better way? It is creativity that has been and continues to be the driving force behind all the world's most important innovations and inventions. This is the power of the law of creativity, an essential principle in the pursuit and conquest of success. Creativity is not just the ability to generate new ideas, but also the ability to apply those ideas practically to create real change. Every one of us has the potential for creativity, yet not everyone knows how to harness it effectively. The law of creativity doesn't require us to become distinguished scientists or brilliant inventors. Instead, it demands that we be willing to experiment and view problems from fresh perspectives. Napoleon Hill, in his classic book, Think and Grow Rich, emphasized that all progress begins with an idea. Those who can turn their ideas into reality are the ones who achieve great success. But what makes an idea creative? It's not just thinking differently, it's the ability to combine existing elements in new ways to create value. Consider the inventions that have transformed our daily lives. Things like smartphones, the internet, or even something as simple as the wheel, all began as creative ideas. Albert Einstein once said, "Imagination is more important than knowledge. Knowledge is limited to what we know and understand, while imagination embraces the entire world and all that could be." This statement captures the essence of creativity. It's the ability to imagine things that don't yet exist and turn them into reality. We often think of creativity as something complex, reserved for a select few with extraordinary talent, but the truth is, creativity exists in every field of life, from art and science to business and even everyday situations. It can emerge when we find a new approach to a familiar problem or come up with a more efficient way to do something. What matters is not the scale of the idea, but its impact on our lives and work. One outstanding example of creativity in business is the story of Steve Jobs and Apple. When Jobs returned to Apple in 1997, the company was on the verge of bankruptcy. However, with his creative vision, Jobs turned Apple from a struggling company into one of the largest and most valuable technology corporations in the world. Products like the iPhone, iPad, and MacBook not only changed the way we work and communicate, but also reshaped the entire tech industry. This demonstrates the power of a creative idea when executed effectively. Creativity also has the power to help us solve difficult problems. In life, we sometimes face challenges that seem insurmountable. But instead of looking at the problem in the traditional way, creativity encourages us to seek new solutions, to see the situation from a different angle. This not only helps us overcome obstacles, but also leads to breakthroughs. I urge everyone to continuously nurture their creativity. This is not a skill reserved for a few. It is an ability that can be developed and honed over time. One of the best ways to foster creativity is to keep an open and curious mind. Ask questions, challenge assumptions, and always look for new ways to approach problems. Don't be afraid to experiment, because even in failure, every experiment provides valuable lessons. Another valuable lesson from the law of creativity is not to let fear stand in the way. Creativity requires courage. Sometimes new ideas may be met with skepticism or rejection because they disrupt established norms. But if we fear failure or criticism, we will never dare to think big and create breakthroughs. Remember, the greatest ideas in history were often doubted at first. Edison failed thousands of times before inventing the light bulb, but through persistence and creativity, he changed the way the world works. A crucial aspect of embracing creativity is not being afraid to confront our own limitations. We must learn to view failure as part of the creative process. Thomas Edison once said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." This shows that failure is not an endpoint, but a stepping stone to success. Creativity demands perseverance and a willingness to keep exploring, even in the face of difficulty. The law of creativity not only helps us achieve personal success, but also has the potential to change the world. When we dare to think differently, we not only create value for ourselves, but also open new opportunities for those around us. Creativity is the key that unlocks the door to the future, a future where new ideas will continue to drive progress and development. As I stand before you today, I want to talk about a critical element often overlooked when discussing success. We frequently mention preparation, creativity, and decisiveness, but there is one essential factor we cannot forget, and that is flexibility. In a constantly changing world where everything can shift rapidly, flexibility plays a vital role. It is flexibility that allows us to adapt to unexpected situations, adjust our plans, and even change course entirely when necessary. Flexibility doesn't mean we lack clear goals. In fact, we all need specific goals to aim for. However, what's important is that we remain flexible in how we approach these goals. The goal itself may not change, but the methods we use to achieve it must be continuously adjusted, depending on the circumstances and the specific challenges we face. Think of life as a journey across the sea. Your goal is to reach a distant island, but along the way, the weather may change and currents might push your boat off its original course. If you don't adjust the sails or change your tactics, you will never reach your destination. Flexibility is that adjustment, the ability to change your methods without losing sight of your original goal. In the business world, one striking example of the importance of flexibility is the companies that have thrived during economic crises. These companies did not rely solely on preparation or creative ideas. They also knew how to adjust their strategies to adapt to changing circumstances. Some had to completely reinvent their products, business strategies, or even their target markets to survive and thrive. Take the story of Netflix, which transformed from a DVD rental company into a streaming video service. Initially, Netflix was just a small company renting DVDs by mail. But as they observed the growing trend of digital technology and the widespread use of the internet, they quickly shifted to streaming services. Had Netflix not been flexible in changing its business strategy, it might have become obsolete in today's fiercely competitive market. Flexibility isn't just essential in business, it's equally important in our personal lives. On the journey of life, no one can predict all the difficulties and challenges ahead. No matter how meticulously we plan, unexpected events and challenges will inevitably arise. Those who lack flexibility, who cling rigidly to their initial plans without adapting, often feel stuck when things don't go as expected. On the other hand, flexible individuals know how to adjust, change, and adapt to new circumstances, allowing them to keep moving forward, no matter how many obstacles they face. We can learn a valuable lesson from computer programming. In programming, no code is perfect from the start. Bugs are an inevitable part of software development, but the key is, when we discover a bug, we don't give up. We adjust, fix, and continue to improve. This is how we should approach life, not fearing mistakes, but being flexible in making corrections and continuing to take action. Another practical example of flexibility is how people respond to personal and professional crises. When facing a major change, such as losing a job or a family setback, some people become trapped in disappointment, unable to move past their initial expectations. Meanwhile, flexible people view these challenges as opportunities to reassess themselves, seek new paths, learn new skills, and ultimately change their lives. Remember, our long-term goals remain steady, but the path to success is rarely a straight line. Flexibility helps us maintain our focus on these long-term goals while allowing us to adapt to temporary changes and challenges that are beyond our control. So, how do we cultivate flexibility in life? The first and most important step is to accept that no plan is perfect. No matter how well prepared we are, there will always be factors outside our control. We must be willing to adjust our plans when we encounter obstacles and not be overly bound by rigid expectations. Secondly, always keep an open mind. Flexibility requires the ability to view problems from different angles without stubbornly clinging to a single way of doing things. Be ready to experiment with new methods, learn from others, and embrace creative ideas. An open mind will help you discover new solutions and opportunities that you may not have considered before. Lastly, embrace change with a positive attitude. Instead of seeing changes as barriers, view them as opportunities for growth and learning. When we shift our perspective, we feel less pressure and can more easily find new paths that suit the situation at hand. Flexibility is one of the most important skills for surviving and thriving in an ever-changing environment. Those who are flexible will never feel stuck, no matter how great the challenges they face. Combining steadfast commitment to long-term goals with flexible approaches is the key to achieving sustainable success in life. As I stand before you today, let me emphasize one undeniable truth about the journey to success. There will always be failures and challenges along the way. No path to greatness is free of obstacles. It is in these difficult moments that perseverance becomes the decisive factor that helps us push through and continue moving forward. This is the essence of the law of perseverance, one of the most crucial laws on the road to achievement. Perseverance is not just about relentless effort. It's about the ability to rise after every fall. Perseverance requires us to have faith in ourselves, in our goals, and the determination not to give up even when facing temporary setbacks. Winston Churchill, one of the greatest leaders of the 20th century, famously said, "Never, never, never give up." This simple yet profound lesson reminds us of the power of perseverance. When we embark on a project or pursue a lofty goal, the initial difficulties may not be so apparent. We might feel excited, full of energy. But over time, as real obstacles emerge, feelings of discouragement and loss of motivation can creep in. This is when perseverance becomes our most powerful weapon to overcome challenges. Those who can maintain persistence and resilience in the face of adversity are the ones who will go the farthest and ultimately reach success. History is full of powerful examples of perseverance. Thomas Edison, the great inventor, faced thousands of failures before successfully inventing the light bulb. When asked about his failures, Edison didn't see them as defeats. He said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." His perseverance teaches us that every failure brings us one step closer to success if we know how to persist and learn from it. In today's fast-paced world, perseverance plays an equally vital role. The rapid advancement of technology and ever-changing markets demand that we adapt quickly. Many people, when faced with sudden changes or difficulties, easily give up and seek safer, more comfortable paths. But those who persevere are the ones who find ways to overcome obstacles. They understand that the road to success is never easy and that challenges are merely tests along the way. Perseverance is also key to maintaining motivation. In moments when everything seems to be going against our desires, when our efforts seem fruitless, perseverance is the strength that keeps us standing tall. It is the small, ever-burning flame within us that pushes us forward, no matter how tough the journey may be. A vital factor that helps us maintain perseverance is our belief in our goals. When we have a firm belief in what we are pursuing, we will be motivated to push through the challenges and keep striving. Sometimes obstacles are simply tests to see if we have the determination and persistence to achieve our goals. Successful people are not those who never face difficulties, but those who know how to rise above failure and turn it into the fuel for further progress. How do we develop perseverance? This is a question many of us seek an answer to. One of the most effective ways is to break down our goals. Instead of setting large, overwhelming objectives, break them into smaller, more manageable steps. Each time we achieve a small victory, we gain the motivation to keep going. Gradually, perseverance will help us accomplish large goals that initially seemed impossible. Additionally, maintaining a positive attitude is crucial for perseverance. Failure and hardship are inevitable parts of life, but how we perceive them will determine whether we can keep moving forward. Rather than seeing each setback as an end, view it as an opportunity to learn and grow. By doing so, we will feel less discouraged or disheartened when faced with challenges. Another key aspect of perseverance is self-discipline. Discipline helps us maintain habits and continue taking action even when the initial enthusiasm or motivation has faded. When we have discipline, we won't allow our emotions or temporary setbacks to steer us away from our goals. Perseverance also requires us to accept that time is an essential factor in achieving success. Sometimes our efforts won't yield immediate results, but that doesn't mean we've failed. Every great success takes time to develop. No major achievement happens overnight, and perseverance is the bridge between the goal and the final result. On the journey to success, always remember that perseverance is not just a skill, but a mindset, a quality that successful people cannot do without. Never let small failures hold you back. Keep moving forward step by step with perseverance and unwavering belief in yourself. As I stand before you today, having spoken about preparation, flexibility, decisiveness, the power of creativity, and perseverance, I want to remind you of one final yet critical element: action. This is the ultimate law, the one that determines the success or failure of any journey. The law of action now. Too often in life, we tend to procrastinate. We think too much, analyze every detail, and wait for that perfect moment to begin. But the truth is, there is no perfect moment. The only thing that truly matters is acting now, because only through action can we turn our desires into reality. We can plan thoroughly, prepare meticulously, but without action, everything will remain as mere ideas. The simple fact is, no action, no success. And in action, timing is everything. The best opportunities don't wait. They don't come to those who stand still in thought. Opportunities come to those who act immediately when they arise. Let's look at examples of successful individuals. It becomes clear that those who change the world are not just the ones with big ideas, but those who dare to act boldly when opportunities present themselves. Elon Musk didn't wait when he saw the potential of space exploration and sustainable energy. He acted. Jeff Bezos didn't overthink whether selling books online was a good idea. He took action and started Amazon as a small online bookstore. The law of action now also teaches us not to fear failure. Acting doesn't mean waiting until everything is perfect. It means being bold enough to move forward even when we're not entirely sure. We will never know every outcome in advance, but that shouldn't stop us. Failure is not what we should fear. It is part of the journey. What is more frightening is inaction, never knowing what we could have achieved. A perfect example of the power of action is Nike's famous marketing campaign with the slogan, "Just do it." This message is not just an advertising slogan, but a profound life lesson. We don't need to wait for perfect conditions. We just need to take action now. It is continuous, relentless action that leads us to success. However, taking action doesn't mean acting blindly or without structure. Effective action is based on knowledge, creativity, and decisiveness. Sometimes just one small action taken at the right time can change everything. Throughout history, many critical decisions, from military strategies to business choices, have been successful because of timely, bold actions. A prime example of timely action can be seen during the global financial crisis of 2008. While most businesses panicked and cut spending, Howard Schultz, CEO of Starbucks, made bold moves by investing in new initiatives, upgrading customer experience, and refreshing the brand. His decisive actions not only helped Starbucks survive the crisis, but also thrive afterward. Another aspect of the law of action now is the need for continuous adjustment and improvement along the way. Acting doesn't mean having all the answers before starting. In the process of taking action, we learn, adjust, and course correct if needed. This allows us to make progress and move closer to our goals, even if the journey doesn't follow the original plan. Taking immediate action also creates momentum. Once we take that first step, no matter how small, we feel the excitement and are driven to keep going. That's the power of action. It generates motivation, propelling us forward. In contrast, procrastination not only causes us to lose opportunities, but also drains our motivation and erodes our self-belief. Action is also the best way to conquer fear. Many people delay because they fear failure, judgment, or feel unprepared. But action itself is the antidote to fear. When we begin, those fears slowly dissolve, and we realize that facing challenges head-on is far less daunting than we imagined. One key lesson in the law of action now is to stop waiting for the perfect circumstances. There will always be obstacles and always reasons to delay, but successful people don't let external factors dictate their actions. They know that time will never be perfect, but they can create the best conditions through constant action. Ultimately, remember that success doesn't come to those who wait, it comes to those who dare to act. When we've prepared, persevered, and nurtured creative ideas, the only thing left to do to make our dreams a reality is to act. The key to transforming your life lies in taking action today, not tomorrow, not at some distant time in the future. Let action be your life motto. No matter what challenges you're facing or how big your goals seem, remember that all it takes is to begin. Just one small step can unlock the door to greater opportunities. Action isn't just the first step. It is the decisive step that takes us from dreaming to achieving. As we come to the conclusion of our journey, exploring the essential laws of success, I believe each of us now has a clearer understanding of the path we need to take. Success is not a coincidence. It is the result of applying the principles we have discussed today. First, the law of preparation reminds us that every great achievement starts with thorough preparation. Only those who are ready can seize the opportunities when they arise. Second, the law of forced efficiency teaches us that not everything is important, and we must learn to prioritize the tasks that have the greatest impact on our lives and careers. Third, the law of decision empowers us to make quick, strong decisions because decisiveness brings significant progress on the journey toward our goals. Fourth, the law of creativity encourages us to tap into the power of imagination and new ideas, not only to overcome challenges, but also to create breakthroughs. Fifth, the law of flexibility emphasizes the necessity of adapting and adjusting when faced with unexpected changes and challenges. The ability to adapt is the key to maintaining focus on our long-term goals. Sixth, the law of perseverance teaches us that persistence and self-belief will help us overcome failures and difficulties on the road to success. And finally, the law of action. Now is the law that brings everything into practice. Without action, all the preparation, creativity, or perseverance becomes meaningless. Action is both the first and final step in turning dreams into reality. These laws are not just theories, they are practical lessons, timeless principles that, if applied, will surely lead to success. However, the most important lesson today is not what I have shared with you, but what you will do after you leave this room. Success doesn't come from merely listening to these laws, it comes from taking immediate action to make them part of your life. Start now. Set clear goals for yourself and begin preparing, creating, adapting, and persevering to achieve them. Don't wait for perfect conditions. Take action right now. Every small step matters if it moves you toward a bigger goal. I'd like to end today's speech with a famous quote from Theodore Roosevelt. Do what you can with what you have, where you are. This quote reminds us that we don't need everything in place to start, But what's important is to begin with what we already have. Take action, persevere, and be ready to embrace the success that you truly deserve. I wish you unwavering determination on your journey, and may you be ready to take action to create positive change for yourself and your life.